Welcome, Tyler. Please sit here. Thank you. Welcome, Tyler. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Oh my God.
How does it feel to land on Brazilian soil for the first time?
I could not be more excited to finally be in Brazil. Boa tarde, São Paulo. I'm so excited to be here. I've wanted to come to Brazil for so long. This is just barely scratching the itch. I need to come back as soon as possible. You guys are awesome. This is like...
Did you ever think that the love of the fans would be so overwhelming?
I've heard stories of my Teen Wolf co-stars who have come down here. They've told me of the passion of the Brazilian fans, so I was anticipating it, and you guys have not disappointed in the slightest. So,
Is this your first time in Brazil?
first time in Brazil. First time in Brazil.
And I believe you've been to some Comic-Cons in your career, is that right?
I've been to quite a few Comic-Cons, yeah. I would say the only thing that comes close to this is San Diego, but I don't know, I think you guys take it. I think this is like, yeah, it's pretty insane.
Well, you can see that you have a lot of positive feedback from the public. Like, actually, Superman and Lois, since day one, like since the beginning, had a really great critics, both from the public and also from the critics itself. So how do you feel about having so many positive reviews and also becoming a loved version of the Man of Steel?
I'll be honest. I don't read reviews. I don't get into that. I've been in this business too long to do that. But I do know that it has been received well. I'm made aware of those things, and honestly, it's such an awesome legacy to be even a small part of. That I'm very grateful for the fact that the years I've been able to do it. That I feel like I've at least held up my end of it for now, and that I get to pass it off to the next guy next year. So it's been really nice to know that people have connected with it and that it's meant a lot to people. It goes back over 80 years that that character's been around. So to feel like we've done our part and we get to pass it on to the next, it's a really nice feeling. I'm glad people have enjoyed it.
You said you've been around for a while. We have been around for a while. I remember watching Road to Perdition professionally, and it's really amazing to see someone grow artistically as you did. So congrats on that, man.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. That was it was a really fun movie, and I got really lucky being a young kid in this business to have amazing mentors, guys like Paul Newman and Tom Hanks. They're just the absolute best, like the best you could ever ask to work with, the most professional, and just really the greatest people. So I got really lucky to have that as a kid.
And talking about long-form television, what is it like building a character since the beginning? Does your understanding of Superman change over the course of the seasons and the series?
I would say that the version of Superman that I played on Supergirl is definitely different from Superman and Lois, just because we knew the tone of the show was going to be different. We knew that what they were going through was different, so there is definitely a slight difference in there. I think the heart of him and the soul of him is the same, but I do think there are things about him that, for me and my approach to it, definitely changed a little bit from that show to Superman and Lois. And then, of course, I mean, when you have good writers, as we do, which we're really lucky to have, each season they give you something completely new to challenge you with, and so different sides of the character come out compared to the season before, and very grateful that our writers have been really good about giving us something different each year to really kind of push us into a different direction. It's been really nice.
And here we have lots of Superman fans, but we also have Teen Wolf fans, right?
Oh, it's louder.
And I wanted to know, like, both of them have like a legion of fans. What do you think is the main reason that led these TV shows to win the heart of so many people?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what it is. I think at the end of the day, you hope it's the characters and the things that they're going through, and people identify with them. They feel connected to them. They see the character going through something that feels familiar to them, and maybe they felt like they were alone in that, and now they don't, and so there's an attachment there. I don't know that there's a real formula for it. I think if there was, people would try to do it all the time, and maybe they do, but sometimes you just find yourself on something that people latch onto, and it becomes, Teen Wolf especially. Superman has been around for a while and it's been global, but with Teen Wolf coming from nothing and becoming what it is, that's a pretty special thing to be a part of. And again, I'm one member of that really great cast and writing team and creators. So it's very cool to see that like we're in Brazil and you guys all know that show. So it's a special feeling to feel a part of something like that.
And do you keep in touch with your Teen Wolf family?
Oh yeah. Keep in touch. I would say half of, if not more than half of my best friends are from that show. So no matter what, I mean, it's amazing to come here and see all of you guys and to know that you've connected with that show. And selfishly for me, like I said, like half my best friends in my life are from that show. So I'll always be very grateful for that time and that experience.
And during your creative process to bring Clark Kent to life, what marked you the most in this job to play such an important character?
Sorry, say that again?
I'm sorry?
Say that again?
Like you had to play Clark Kent. That is such an important character. What marked you the most in this job to bring him to life?
What me the most?
What marked you the most?
I don't know that I understand.
What marked? I mean, what marked you the most about working?
What was the most important thing? What was the most important thing during the creative process?
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't hear it.
No, it's okay.
You guys are all so loud, so sorry. The most important thing, I've always felt that he doesn't see himself as Superman at all. I think that he sees himself as Clark, and that even when he wears this suit, for him, he's still just Clark. That's just like the outfit that he wears to work. So it's his other job. So for me, it was always a thing of like, at the end of the day, the person here, the character is Clark. And then, I think Superman is something that he does, but it's not who he is. And I kind of have a big attachment with that. I played baseball really competitively through college, and that was like my first life. And when I stopped playing, I had a really crazy struggle with like my identity, because I would meet people and they'd say, oh, like, who are you? What do you do? And I would say, I was like, well, I'm just an actor now, but I was a baseball player, and I felt like I had to say that for people to know who I was. And then I went through my 20s, and I eventually found out like baseball is just something I did. It's not who I am. And I feel like it's the same thing with Clark. It's like Superman is something that he does, but it's not who he is. At the end of the day, he's Clark. So to me, that was the most important thing, is to never lose sight of the fact that Clark is the through line for all of it. So.
Dude, you hit it out of the park. So thank you so much for being here. Tyler Hoechlin!
Thank you guys. It's so nice to hang with you.